Patricia.
Yeah, sweet.
Mr. Natural, I think this warrants a feature down the line.
Nobody warrants a feature. We give them away.
No warrants.
Okay.
Do you have a warrant for your feature?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a poet laureate, a good friend of mine. This man has been writing poetry longer than most of you people have been alive here in the Haight-Ashbury. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Smith. All right.
All right, I have apparently begun another book of sonnets.
A long walk home.
Yeah, thank you. I've got 6 of them, and I hope they've come out all right. This one, for instance, I'm going to start with, was written earlier this afternoon. This is called Plague Cemetery, Central London. Unearthed March 11th, 2015. The stubborn earth reluctantly discloses a holocaust all decency disowns. Strewn liberally among these blackened bones, we find the withered stems of ancient roses. The simplest explanation, we suppose, is the scent of petals, not so much a cure as meant to mask a stinking, putrid sore, a palliative to soothe medieval noses. Here, several hundred of these ill-starred dead lie helter-skelter in a common grave, the last rites very likely left unsaid, for souls the church was powerless to save. They turned from heaven, seeking death instead, the one salvation they could still believe. True to his famous tagline, in memory of Leonard Nimoy, died February 27, 2015. He passed at 83, leaving no doubt, true to his famous tagline, he'd lived long. 42 million net or thereabouts suggest he also prospered. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
His lungs were ruined, but his spirit strong. He played a character without emotion so passionately we were swept along, offering him our unreserved devotion. His death evokes Newton's first law of motion. He's left us, but continues on his way. The loss unsettles us like an explosion. Perhaps we'll meet him in the stars someday. For now, this vanished icon of our youth still speaks with vision, clarity, and truth.
Beautiful, man.
Thank you. My father passed away at the age of 87 just a little over a month ago, and I've got several poems about that. This is called At My Father's Deathbed. True story. You mean you haven't told him that he's dying? Then what the hell does he think he's in here for? My mother bites her lip without replying, having endured such foolishness before. The hospice nurse prates on, oblivious, blundering through a painful situation. What's the appropriate response to this? Smoldering silence? Outraged indignation? What Dad must think, it's difficult to say. He's unresponsive now to anything. His eyes are tightly sealed since yesterday. He's quiet, save for ragged, shallow breathing. This time tomorrow evening, he'll be dead. Wry witticisms, sadly, left unsaid.
Oh.
the same subject. This is called So Casual an Interment. My father's ashes in a velvet box earned a last resting place in Mom's hall closet. And if so casual an interment shocks, it suits the grand oblivion I posit, which still encompasses, I must admit, my wife's remains dispersed one winter dawn, a weightless powder momentarily lit, wafted above the golden gate, then gone. The dead are dead. The living stumble on, shackled to flesh for all too brief a span. Born one part angel, one part carrion, we struggle to contribute what we can. Having relinquished breath, one finds oneself packaged, discarded on a darkened shelf. You know, it's like, what do you mean you put Dad in the closet? Well, this is called Most Things in Life Are Doomed to Disappoint. When I was 17, romantic love, by dint of sheer improbability, arrested all my thinking constantly. We crave most what we simply cannot have. Today it's quite a struggle to believe that naive kid could ever have been me. In hindsight, it's not difficult to see infatuation dogged my every move. Now, in my later 50s, I concede, albeit I confess with some reluctance, most things in life are doomed to disappoint. In damp cathedrals where the icons bleed, no one accepts your vision or your penance. It hardly matters which king you anoint. And finally, a poem which I wrote last December, and I got back a note from the editor of the magazine where I submitted it saying, we would consider this if you fix those last 4 lines. And I said, well, what's wrong with them? So I spent like 3 days rewriting the end of the poem, and when I got the galley proofs, what was in it was the original version. So I complained and resubmitted the rewrite. Let's see what will happen. Anyway, this is the rewrite. This is the one I hope they'll publish. It's called Watching the December Rain. Here, in this climate where there is no snow, gunmetal skies sob like a rag wrung out. Precipitation brings relief from drought, but something in the weather lays me low. I started dreading Christmas years ago, a season not of faith but nagging doubt, gifting no miracles to sing about, no plausible salvation that I know. Heaven's neglected and outworn conceit, the season's neither sacred nor profane, its promises withdraw on plodding feet. So I stand watching the December rain, a weak gray drizzle sizzling on concrete, a damp hosanna in a rusty drain. Okay, thank you all very much. That's basically what I did this week. Oh, good.
Now you know why I coined the phrase keep on trucking. And the older people will just keep on, keep on. This is Robert's new book, The Widower Considers Candles. Just been published. Dapper little picture in the back with a little boa. So please, please, please support our artists by buying their stuff.
It's on Amazon, and if you do buy it on Amazon, please write a review.
Oh, yeah. That's right. As long as it's a good one.
Well, they say there's no bad publicity, right?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage Charles Haymarket.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I can fit in. You guys are quite hippie. I used to have hair down to my waist, but I don't think I ever got to be a hippie. But just today I met a woman and she was like, "Is that a gun in your pants or are you happy to see me?" And I was like, "Can it be both?"
Oh, damn.
Tell more political jokes.
That's all I have, and sadly I will be here all week. I have nowhere else to sleep.
Strap bites. What's going on with this thing? It's a hippie strap. Yeah, it's a hippie strap. It has problems with suits. Oh. What?
Apparently the thrift store had a problem pricing the seat over $6. Strap fucking sucks. I'm gonna have a sit-in on the strap. It's a protest.
The strap in.
Stick it to the strap.
There we go. There we go. When I hold you close, look into your brown eyes, I know I was born to love. When I hold you close, you sigh.
curtsy.
Curtsy? Not curtsy.
Nice.
Working on the curtsy all week.
No royalty here, my friend.
So I have a CD for sale that I would like you to buy.
Okay.
Because musicians, that's how you tell us you love us. Aside from like blowjobs and buying our CD. And I've had a lot of blowjobs, so I'd like to sell the CD.
Getting old.
Yeah.
Thanks for that behind the music moment there.
Behind this dance.
I'm sorry, it's really not funny the way musicians live because did you hear about that thing in LA and they got this syphilis now that makes you blind? I did not see that coming.
And he thought that a canker was really a canker, a part of lascivious play.
I did not see that coming.
Neither did I.
So I have a CD for sale. This song is not on it.
All right.
Try not to talk about it much. How I happen to outlive them all. Now the silence is so deafening, and it goes to stir every fall. Had to lay it in the ground. All the memory of my family now. They soon be gone. 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 The pictures fill the dresser drawer. But sister, I can only dig so far. Is that beautiful Aunt Maria standing there with old Uncle Carl? Had to lay it in the ground. All the memories of my family now. They soon be gone. 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 I try not to look up too much, not even in my own mirror. All the people I see around me, someday soon gonna disappear. I lay in the ground, all the memories of my family now. They soon be gone. 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 I'm walking like a ghost now. Walking too long in the sun. Every beating of my heart, yeah, reminds me I'll soon be gone. I lay in the ground with just the memory of my family now. They soon be gone. 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 Yeah, time. They soon be gone. 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 They soon be. Take it to church now. Gone.
Song now. Yeah, you can do that. It's the house guitar. It doesn't hurt yours at all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, time for another new voice. So please welcome to the stage, Coyote.
Thank you.
There you go.
I don't know, I'm pretty inspired with that last performance. Hold on a second. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, I didn't perform for you. Here, let me do that instead. Yeah. Thank you. Play it first.
Play first, smash later.
Play first.
Yeah, right.
Who? 101.
I think that's what she said. Every word is just a way to do something I haven't heard yet. And all the slits been running down from the sun. I better watch my step. My room for rent is just a way to sense my life's direction. My friends are pigeons falling off the ledge, falling just for fun. So why don't you stand by my side? I said it's just a place where buildings stand and reach the sky. Explore someone's dream they may say help folks inside. So why don't you stand by my side? I would blame me if I love a cigarette to soothe my soul. 'Cause I just missed the bus and that's all I get to start my road. So why don't you stand by my side? Oh, why won't you stand by my side? By my side, by my side, by my side. All those words you said to me, they were really meant to be for yourself. The things we said to the mirror, they betray our love and instill our fear. So let me say to you the words I'd rather choose. There's so much more I can do when I see the wall and to say that I love you. 'Cause we all were made for love. We were put down here to face the hope and fear, the pain and joy. And you are the soul to me. So let me say these words so they can set us free. Oh, my love. I don't know where you have gone since you locked the door, and yes, I moved on. Now when I walk on my home, I see you standing there, and I'm afraid to go. So let me say to you the words that I'd rather choose. There's so much more I can do when I face myself and I say that I love you. 'Cause we all were made for love. We were put down here so we can face our hope and fear and pain. And you are the soul to me. So let me say these words.
Put your hands together for Coyote. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coyote. He's coming in. And now, ladies and gentlemen, someone who's been a part of the sound since day one. Bring to the stage, Rainbow! Rainbow, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way that hippies do it.
This is called Karma Going Down. Well, sister, the night I'll never regret. I've met you in this dark season passes, how much longer can it last? How much longer will it last? And it's done it. I'll never forget about the things that you said. About better days ahead, a long time after we all dead, long time after we all dead. There's only karma going down, way down, spinning the wheel around, go spinning the wheel around, spinning around, go spinning the wheel around.
I'm sure a lot of folks were, you know, I was totally devastated by John Lennon's murder. And so, like, I wrote this song, and, why, oh, why was I born at all? It should have been me doing taking the phone. I could have been gone like the rain and the wind, just like I never had been. Just like I never had been. Just like I never had been. It should have been me that was Johnny instead. It should have been me that was dead. It should have been me that was dead. It should have been me that was dead. But then I was lost in a way, and it looks like I'll never be saved. Now look at all people just standing around, and I think I'm going to drown. I think I'm going to drown. I think I'm going to drown. The devil, the devil, the sea of despair, and I'll go where there's nobody there. I go where there's nobody there. I go where there's nobody there. How many people have lived better than I? It's a shame that the way they all died. But the wind in my heart that it travels this far will take me all of the way. Will take me all of the way. Will take me all of the way. Oh, there I was, lost in a wave, and it looked like I'd never be saved. Now look at all people just standing around, and I think I'm going to drown. I think I'm going to drown. I think I'm going to drown. I've traveled the depths of the sea of despair, and go where there's nobody there. I go where there's nobody there. How many people have lived better than I? It's a shame that the way they all died. But the wind in my heart that has traveled this far will take me all of the way. Will take me all of the way. At least till the end of my days. At least till the end of my days.
Rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. And now let's welcome to the stage Ryan Voss. Ribo, ladies and gentlemen. Ribo.
And now for his arrival.
Ribo.
Some assembly required.
James, you up next.
Yeah, okay.
All right, here you go.
I just came to me.
Everybody's got a thing, some don't know how to handle that. Always reaching out and expecting the things not worth having. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing now, mama. Stop
feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing now, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing outside when you check it.
Did anyone call a cab?
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take off because that's my ride as well. But thank you. Good night.
So you will play with me.
All right. James Conrad to the stage, please.
So you will play with the meter tonight.
That's true.
Yeah,
was quick.
It's expensive to play with the meters. I did that recently. Okay, that's not the thing you should be turning, but it's okay. Oh, this little puppy right here. That's one of you. Go ahead.
How I get to stay?
That's it. You're off. Right? You see this right here.
Oh.
You turn that, and it looks like this.
You want, so we're like,
Yeah, about right there is good.
It's right here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's not easy being 6'4".
hello. Sounded better, but then.
The weather up there.
See that?
So, my name is James Conrad. This is my new book, Zerto Cleans House. I wanted to mention, so I've been basically like the resident writer here. I guess Mr. Natural has said so. And, you know, it's kind of lonely being the only one of my kind for the better part of like 3 months. And I have to say, Mr. Smith, it's a good feeling being confronted by God once in a while.
Yeah, right.
No, that was very, very, very good. I was like, damn. So, you're quite welcome. So, I have a book here. It's called Zerto Cleans House. It's a story of injustice. And now, they're calling the victim's husband, her widower, to the stand in episode 10 of Zerto Cleans House. On Tuesday, February 22nd, 2000, just before Judge Connors entered the courtroom, Zerto and his attorney took their seats. Bad news, said Mr. Stevens as he sat down. One of our witnesses backed out. Really? Said Zerto with a glum sigh. Which one? Sandra Thompson, Casey's friend's mother? I'm afraid so. Did she say why? She told me it was for personal reasons, but apart from that, nothing. Zerto shook his head and slumped forward in his chair, gazing toward the ground. Just then, Judge Connors stepped into the courtroom. "All rise," said the bailiff. Zerto clucked his tongue and stood up along with everybody else, then sat down again when prompted. As soon as everybody had settled into their seat, Mr. Reichardt called Gregory Keene to the stand. "Mr. Keene," said Mr. Reichardt, "do you know the defendant, Lorenzo Carlos Ruiz?" "Yes, I do," said Gregory Keene with an earnest nod. "And how do you know the defendant?" "I had hired him to do landscaping and gardening at my house." "Do you see him in this courtroom today?" "Yes, Counselor, I do." "Can you point him out for the court?" Gregory Keene nodded and pointed his finger at Zerto, who sat in his seat, drew a searing breath, and let it out with a loud, angry sigh. Mr. Reichardt turned to Judge Connors. "Let the record show that the witness, Gregory Keene, has possibly identified the defendant, Lorenzo Carlos Ruiz." "Noted, Counselor," said Judge Connors. Mr. Reichardt turned back to Gregory Keene. "Please tell the court where you were on Friday, September the 3rd, 1999, a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon." "I was upstairs taking a nap when I heard a commotion downstairs," said Gregory Keene in a measured tone of voice. "Immediately I reached for my shotgun and ran down the stairs to the ground floor, and there I saw Zerto kneeling over my wife, striking her with a hatchet." "And what did you do next?" "I cocked the gun, pointed it at him, told him to put his hands in the air, then phoned for the police, and they came and took him away." "Thank you, Mr. Keene," said Mr. Reichardt. He turned to Judge Connors. "I have no further questions, Your Honor." "Mr. Stevens," said Judge Connors, "the witness is yours for cross-examination." "Thank you, Your Honor," said Richard Stevens, as he rose and walked toward the witness stand. He looked up at Gregory Keene. "Mr. Keene, according to the crime scene photos, your wife was struck from behind with the hatchet, and the blows from the hatchet landed on the right side of her head and torso. That being said, I would like to ask, did you see which hand my client used to wield the murder weapon? Was it his right or his left?" "Left," said Gregory Keene. "Okay," said Mr. Stevens, nodding his head. "But don't you think it would have been awkward for my client, a left-handed man, to reach across the width of his body to strike a woman on the right side of her head and upper torso?" Mr. Stevens pantomimed the movements he described. "Counselor, I only know what I saw," said Gregory Keene, looking Mr. Stevens in the eye with his gaze burning with severity. "And as God is my witness, I did catch him in the act of murdering my wife." "Very well, Mr. Keene," said Mr. Stevens, sighing with defeat. He turned to Judge Connors. "No further questions, Your Honor." As Mr. Stevens sat back down next to Zerto, the latter slumped forward, cradled his head in his hands, and released a despondent sigh. "Thank you very much. And for those of you who are interested, I have a couple copies left of Zerto Cleans House, and they're $10 a piece. Thanks a million. And thank you. And everyone's been great tonight."
James Conrad, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it for our open mic tonight. Next week, our feature is going to be Rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. Hey! Yes. So please come early, and you'll get to spend a half an hour of listening to Rainbow. And he's got about 80 songs locked up in his head. We're going to have to tweak his ear or something and turn the index way back and get some of those ones we haven't heard before, and I'm sure he will. So that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody out there on the internet. Good night, Granny Rose. Good night, Mrs. Goodwin, wherever you are. Good night, everybody, and thank you. See you again next week.